Hello again folks, in tonight's video I'm going to be doing hopefully a super quick repair on this 5-in-1 Tetris game. Now I know it's not a super fancy modern gaming console, but it does hold a little bit of sentimental value with my wife. It belonged to a gran who's sadly no longer with us, and I just thought it'd be nice to get it back up and running for her, because it doesn't actually turn on. You can press all the buttons you want, but it's not turning on. Fresh set of batteries in there, it's just not working. So I thought it'd be, let's say, nice to get it back up and running for her. So I'm going to show you a little trick that works most of the time. So what we'll do is we'll take out the batteries and pop those to one side. Good old Maplin batteries. Sadly, they have entered receivership or administration in the last week or so. Yeah, I don't know if they'll get somebody to buy them out, but you know my thoughts on Maplin. They're pretty expensive. Anyway, we'll go ahead and take the screws out. It appears there's only 6 screws holding this together. And the technique I'm going to show you in this video can be transferred to anything that's got a carbon pad type buttons, be it PlayStation controllers or whatever you've got, TV remotes, that kind of thing. So we're nearly there. Last screw. And that just opens up like so. Not a lot in terms of technology on here. We've got the LCD here, presumably the chip on board. I'm not going to take it off because these zebra strips are a bit of a nightmare to get back in. But yeah, the chip on board with epoxy over, presumably that's the LCD driver, and the game programming itself. As you can see, there's a little bit of rust on these screws. I don't know if that's at manufacture or whether something's been spilt on this at some point in its life, but it may well explain the problems we're experiencing with it. So we'll take out these screws, and that will give us access to the buttons themselves. Okay, so that should theoretically just lift up now. And as you can see, the pads are a little bit grubby. They're not overly bad. So what I'll do is I will grab a lint-free cloth. And some isopropyl alcohol. Where is my dispenser? I should have planned this. Bear with me. It's a minefield in here just now. I've got stuff everywhere. So I'll just use the big old bottle of isopropyl alcohol. Put some on there and seal that back up in case it gets knocked over the workbench. And what we'll do is we'll just clean over these contacts with the alcohol, and that should hopefully clean any residue off that's on there. And then just use the dry side to give it a little polish. That looks better already. Not too much dirt come off it. So the trick that I was going to show you is quite simple. Get a piece of paper, get a pencil. Don't tell my wife, but I'm using some of her drawing pencils because it's a softer graphite. The letters HB is a typical pencil you'll see in an office environment. That stands for hard black. 2B, there's basically a scale of hardness, and the higher the number, I think it is, the softer the graphite or lead, whatever you want to call it. And all I'm going to do is put down some graphite onto a piece of paper. Yeah, the softer the graphite, the better. And I'll take our little contact, our little carbon buttons, and basically give it a little bit of a coating of graphite. I'll just do all of these. Might as well whilst we're in. Dee dee dee. I feel like I should break into song here, just to keep you entertained, but you'll probably turn off if you haven't already done so. Oops, and that one's going walkabout into the workbench drawer. Right, bear with me till I locate that. Okay, we found it. Often when things go into that drawer, they are never seen again. So luckily, I did manage to find it. So I've put the individual pads in, and then I'll put in this yellow pad with the contacts on there. And then we'll just flip that back over. I'll lift it up just so that it's going down flat, and that'll reduce the risk of any of the pads being misaligned, you know, getting folded over, such like. And we'll just pop the screws back in. So pop a couple in initially, and then we'll check that, make sure that all the buttons are sitting nicely, and that they do, you know, depress properly. Yep, so those all feel good. So I'll pop the last couple of screws in. And final one. I really should learn to start editing my videos, because this is going to be probably about 5 minutes of me just humming away to myself, popping screws into some plastic. Nearly there though. Excuse me. And this last one. And that should be us. So we'll take the same batteries as we had before, pop those in. So we've got power, at least. And let's see if it turns on, or turns off. There we go. How does this work? Pause works. I'll turn that sound off. But there we go. As you can see, it is working fine now. On and off, quite the thing. In fact, I don't know if you can see that it's pretty bad contrast at the angle it was at there. But there we go. Not the most interesting of videos, I'll agree with you there. However, just a top little tip, using a bit of graphite to essentially refurbish the pads inside. Of course, the alcohol cleaning off the gold-plated copper contacts there makes all the difference. In fact, that would probably have worked on its own. But yeah, if you're in there, get some pencil graphite onto the back of the pads, and it will make your device work that little bit longer. Thank you very much once again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, of course, give me a thumbs up. If you thought it was a load of rubbish, give me the thumbs down. And yeah, if you haven't already done so and you'd like to do so, click on my fat head down here to subscribe. And as always, take care of yourselves, and all the best.